Hey guys, it's Mollie with Design Loves Detail, and I have a brand new room tour for you today. We're going to take an in-depth look at this boy's bathroom, so stay tuned. This is one of the spaces that we had just missed on our home tour because it didn't have a mirror until yesterday. So Ben got his act together, hung the mirror. He actually was like, that was way easier than I thought. Should have done it sooner. Here we are. It's done. And it looks amazing, I think. So this was a challenge because this bathroom is actually quite small. You can kind of see probably from where I'm standing. We've got the toilet here. We had to get creative with the placement of some things, but the bathroom has been functioning really well. The boys love it. It's our, our oldest and then our middle son that share this. And so I wanted to try and make a space that was both pretty, but also had a little bit of that masculine edge and also not gonna show a bunch of dirt because look, I get it, it's a stereotype, but I can attest boys are freaking dirty. So we did the gray because it hides dirt, and we did these sinks that are a natural stone because they also hide dirt. So far, so good. So let's start with this spot actually, because this is obviously the focal point. This is the core of the bathroom. And I really started with the inspiration of this vanity. I had found a piece of furniture that I loved, and I thought that would be so cool to basically make a dresser inspired vanity. I loved all the storage and that it's just really timeless and classic. So you see that here with the drawers, and I went with this gorgeous hardware from Schwab & Co. If you've heard of MTech, they are like a sister company of MTech, and their hardware is the best. So this has that really traditional look. It almost gives us like an antique dresser look because that hardware is so nice and traditional and solid. I love the bronze. I'm definitely like into those warmer metals. You can see kind of the copper bronzy tones. To me, they go better with the earthy tones. Like you can kind of see how this sink goes so well with that copper. It just feels authentic to me. So I love that. And I kind of used varying shades of that throughout. Obviously the mirror, we just did a solid black, but the faucets and then the light fixtures are like an antique brass. Those were an Etsy find. I like how they have kind of, they're actually a handcrafted item. So they have a really artsy type feel while still being like, they're kind of subtle. Like they're not super huge or anything. I loved the aesthetic of those though, kind of unexpected and maybe a little different than what I might typically pick, but I thought they worked so well in here. And then the countertop is actually a remnant piece that I was able to get. It's just a quartz, which quartz is a man-made stone. So it's not great with heat. That's the one downside of quartz, but in the bathroom, especially a boys' bathroom, there's not gonna be like a hot pan going on it. So I think it's rated up to like 300 degrees. It's totally fine. But because it's a man-made material, they basically take pieces of quartzite and they're crushed up really fine, and then they put it with the man-made polymer or some type of something, and then it's like molded together. So essentially, I really like quartz because a couple of reasons. One, it's easier to get the same color. Like if you run out, you can get another slab, and it's likely gonna be really close. And like, unlike natural stone, you know how the variation can be crazy different. So it's good for that. And I kind of wanted something that looked like concrete. So this was a good option. I'll put the name of this one on the screen so you have that. But I did do something kind of fun and funky. I did this curved edge on the backsplash, and I did the taller backsplash because I wanted the faucets to have somewhere besides the wall to die into. Sometimes I'll do it into the wall, but with a kid's bathroom, I really wanted the extra protection of that tall backsplash. So if they get crazy in here, just kidding, I love my boys. So, if they're making a mess in here, hair gel's flying around or something, you're way more likely to be protected with the higher backsplash. Gonna clean up better, and really they haven't destroyed this, so we're in good shape so far. But love that, and just that detail, and I kept with that curved edge. You can kind of see it in the faucet and in the mirror, so we kind of have those curved details as well as like still some straight lines. I like to mix, not do everything the same, but still if you do it, kind of have it in groups so you can see how I did the 3 curved items and the rest is all more straight lines. So these were kind of fun towel holders, these little rods. You can hang a second towel on there, so they just kind of pivot out. I just thought they were kind of fun and funky and kind of like gadgety. Like my boys love building things and kind of like technology and things like that. And so I was like, they're gonna think those are cool. So that gives an option for having 2 towels, which is nice. And then I'm trying to think of what else fun stuff I did in here. I'm sure some people ask about the stain. I had to do a custom mix, so I don't unfortunately have the stain, but I did go really grayed down because with oak, it can lean yellow or sometimes even pink. But if you kind of gray down your stain, you can still get a pretty natural wood look that isn't gonna be too yellow or pinkish. And then the floor, I did do a little pop of pattern in the floor. This tile I can link for you as well. I thought it would be fun. Like pattern tiles are like one of those things that people are kind of all over the place with. Like, is it a trend? Is it too trendy? For me, I just feel like if you go to Europe, there's pattern tile everywhere. And to me, it's timeless. So I do think some things can become, if you do too much of it, they can become trendy. But I really loved a little bit of interest on the floor because like we kept things, like I said, a little more masculine with just the solid gray counter. And we do have of course, the interest with the natural stone and the sinks, but I love this pattern for just kind of maybe an unexpected element. And then in bathrooms, I love to do artwork. So over here above the toilet, I just did a couple little art pieces that were like TJ Maxx, Marshall's finds, really affordable, just to give a little bit of detail and kind of sophistication to the bathroom. It kind of makes it feel finished and complete and put together. And we did some really cool details in the shower as well. So I actually am just gonna be in the shower to show you the shower because like I said, this bathroom's tight, but we did a modern handle and then the glass door. I wanted to avoid, this is kind of a random thing to avoid, but I wanted to not have any shower curtains in this house. They just kind of gross me out, they get slimy, there's just shower curtains. I mean, it was an investment to do the glass, but I'm so happy we did because it's just really beautiful and clean and modern. So happy about that. And then you can see this textured tile. I actually used this in our guest bathroom as well, and I just love it. And people have asked about like cleaning, and though it does have ridges, I don't feel like I have to clean it any more often. So to me, it's not really it's not hard to clean. Like, it might grab a little more stuff, but it didn't seem like I'm doing extra effort to have it. So I'm a fan of the texture, would do it again. And also you can see what I did in this little shower niche here. This is the same tile as I did on the floor. This is a handmade tile that I love. And it's actually from Arto Brick. And they have the most beautiful tile. It's very expensive because of the process to make it, but they do a sale every once in a while. And it's in California, and that's where I went because you can get it for $5 a square foot, which is amazing. So I got that from there, and I'm really happy about that too. I did turn this so that it was kind of like on the diamond pattern, and I really love how that turned out. You can see it on the floor as well. So really, really pretty detail. And we kept some, pretty neutral tones in here. So that's why the texture was so important, so that it didn't become boring with having a neutral tone tile for both the floor and the wall. It's kind of a gray with a beige. So again, you'll see that on the fixtures, I did that bronze. This is the oil rubbed bronze. So it's got a little bit of richness, a little bit of copper tone to that. And then this little bench was I think a TJ Maxx or Marshall's fine too, to bring a little bit of the wood in here as well. And then that's, cute and useful. So that's pretty much the extent of the bathroom. Let me know what you guys think. Really quick too, the wall color is what's all throughout our house. It is Benjamin Moore China White. So it is a neutral it's kind of a rich creamy tone, except for it doesn't lean yellow. It's got a grayish undertone. So still warm, but it doesn't lean yellow, which is why I love it so much. So pairs well with everything. Let me know what you guys think in comments, and be sure to like and subscribe while you're here, and we will see you next week.